The historic Midwest Theater in downtown Scottsbluff will soon begin to look like its former self as a lengthy marquee restoration project nears completion. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, the public had the opportunity Wednesday evening to learn about the latest happenings with downtown Scottsbluff's Midwest Theater. The Friends of the Midwest Theater hosted their annual meeting on Wednesday night with several dozen people from the community in attendance. Board President Jeff Tracy says the marquee restoration project has been delayed again, but hopes it will be back in its full glory soon.
That it looks like between April 12th and April 19th is when the first initial part of the outside structure of the marquee is going to go back up. It's going to go up in phases.
Also during Wednesday's meeting, Executive Director Tina Worthman said that she's in the process of updating the Midwest Theater's website to make it easier to browse and purchase tickets. Well, word of USA Cycling's Gravel National Championship coming to Gering is apparently generating a lot of buzz in the cycling community. During a tourism update given to the Scottsbluff County Board this week, Tourism Director Brenda Lacey said the online reaction in just the first day was amazing.
We had a landing page just built just specifically for this race, and 3,425 people visited it just on Thursday to get information. So there's definitely a lot of interest, a few negative comments, but you always get those people. Like, why would you do it in Nebraska? Well, because we have more gravel than any other state. That's for starters, that's a good reason.
Lacey also said the most exciting thing is that after a USA Cycling representative had experienced a local gravel race, she knew she wanted the first championship to be headquartered in Gering, especially with the hard work and enthusiasm of the community. We'll have more news right after this.
Swipe right, swipe left, endlessly searching. Finding the perfect match isn't always perfect, but it can be when it comes to finances. Nora found the perfect business loan. Jenny opened her first savings account. Grammy loves her checking account. We found a match for Wilson Farms. The Sandersons were matched with a mortgage. Regardless of your financial situation, Platte Valley Bank will match you with the perfect solution. Find your match at Platte Valley Bank.
Life Care promises us that we are looked after and taken care of properly.
If I didn't have Life Care, I would be probably scared to death about having enough money for when I got older or when I got sick.
Moving in here was an easy decision and in fact a no-brainer. I looked at it as actually buying long-term care insurance, and in retrospect a good move.
One of the things that convinces me that we did the right thing is no matter what happens, we will constantly be taken care of.
The whole thing is just vital because you don't have to be worried about what's ahead for you. It's there, it's in black and white, and that's reassuring.
This is home. It has been from the day I moved in.
Welcome back. The Nebraska legislature has advanced a contentious bill that would ban gender-affirming care for minors, despite threats from two lawmakers that they would filibuster the rest of the session. Before Thursday's vote, Omaha Senator Jen Day read a letter from a licensed Nebraska psychologist who said their practice is already getting crisis calls from transgender and gender-diverse minors and their parents. She says if this bill passes to ban the care they need, the consequences could be dire.
I wish you could hear the agony in the voices of parents who feel certain that the manner and near certainty of their children's death is being decided for them, possibly within the next 2 days. Envision the pain of these fellow human beings, and please hear me. Voting for LB 574 will result in the deaths of transgender and gender diverse adolescents, likely before the end of the school year.
With the bill's advancement on a 30-17 vote, Omaha Senators Megan Hunt and Michaela Cavanaugh have promised to filibuster every bill that comes before lawmakers for the rest of the 90-day session. Well, a thief from rural Mitchell has been sentenced to prison. 39-year-old Robert Larson was arrested last year on 2 separate occasions, once for breaking into a local storage unit and also for stealing a trailer that belonged to a business. He ultimately pleaded no contest to charges, including theft by unlawful taking and first-degree criminal trespass. District Judge Leo Dobrovony sentenced Larson to a total of 24 months in prison on his convictions, spanning both cases, and he received credit for 73 days he had already served. And UNL released its preliminary Nebraska Farm Real Estate Market Survey results in March, including the Panhandle's Northwest District. Nebraska Extension Ag economist Jessica Groskopf says the survey revealed that Nebraska agricultural land increased in value for the reporting year ending February 1st. She explains some reasons for the increases.
So we see several reasons that the rates and the values have increased, and some of those increases can be attributed to both crop and livestock prices, which as of February 1st were very strong. We also see that operations are purchasing more land to expand, and we see that the financial health of current landowners is strong, and so that's really contributing to that increase in land values and cash rental rates.
She adds this marks the second largest increase in the market value of agricultural land in Nebraska since 2014.
So we're expecting that the rental rates that they've negotiated for the 2023 crop year will be higher. And we see that those rates are somewhere between 7 and 12%, depending on the type of land that they're looking at into renting.
Preliminary land values and rental rates are subject to change as additional surveys are returned. Final results from the survey will be published in June and will be available online via the Nebraska Farm Real Estate website.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scotts Bluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Cloudy skies as we go through the evening hours. Some rain and snow showers start to develop after midnight tonight. Going to be isolated to scattered coverage of those. And it is going to be downright cold this weekend, folks. The nice weather we've had the last 2 days coming to an abrupt halt. Areas of snow showers, breezy at times. I think we'll see a quick break early next week. Before mid to late week, things get colder again. Yesterday, 53, not to that 58-degree average high. 22 was our low. And nothing new in the rain gauge yesterday. It's still 2,700s for the month, 220 for the year. And we're still doing quite well on snowfall for the season. But sadly, I don't think we're going to see any more days here the rest of this month when it fills in that we're going to see above normal temperatures. So it is going to be 26 of the 31 days below normal out there for high temperatures. And as we look at precip, off and on a few periods of precip, and we've got more chances coming tonight into tomorrow, slighter chances on Sunday, better chances Wednesday night, Thursday of next week, as we continue to see some active systems here across the region. The breezes will be with us almost every day. It's going to be breezy to windy, and that's just going to make those cold temperatures feel worse. We've got 50s across a large portion of the central part of the country. Big severe weather threat ongoing in portions of the south. An absolute nasty day in this portion of the country. Otherwise, here close to home, we're not bad at all. We've got temperatures that are in the 50s for most of us, a few upper 40s in eastern Wyoming. Those colder temps, though, 39 at Cheyenne, 40 at Casper, are coming our way. Winds out of the northwest at 10 to 20, gusting 20 to 30 miles an hour. So that's dropping those wind chills down into the 30s and 20s in eastern Wyoming. No wind chills to be concerned about really, as temps are in the 40s and 50s across the rest of the region. Off and on snow showers and rain showers to the west of us this evening. They'll spread a little more closer to our area overnight into early tomorrow morning. And then as we go through the day tomorrow, I think we're going to see a band of snow showers set up. Now, where this ultimately forms, going to be very dependent on where it gets the areas of snow. Right now, they're showing a pretty healthy band there in the central portions of the Panhandle, with a big part of the day Saturday snowing before it pushes off to the north and east. If that happens, those areas are going to see quite a bit of snow. Where that ultimately happens, though, is going to be a little tough to pin down. 20s to near 30 tonight for a low, only 30s tomorrow as we're much colder for highs. And take a look at this. That snowfall, again, if it sets up over some of those same areas, we're talking several inches of snow possible. And then outside of it, just light dusting to an inch or so. And again, don't be surprised to see that area move a little bit. Just know the possibilities out there for very isolated pockets of moderate to even heavy snow. Rain and snow overnight tonight, 29. Tomorrow, snow off and on throughout the day. We'll call for about an inch or so here locally. It's going to be windy at times as well. And then our 7-day forecast, we keep the wind around in cold snow showers into Sunday. Highs only in the 30s into Monday. We warm up briefly Tuesday and Wednesday, then some late-day snow showers Wednesday night into Thursday, and temps fall back into the 40s. None of those days do we get back to our average high of 58.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the FNBO Ag Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
If you're new to the grain marketing game, it can seem intimidating at times. At this year's Women in Ag event, Brittany Wondercheck, also known to her followers as the Farm Girl Next Door, led a workshop titled Take the Intimidation Out of Grain Marketing. This interactive workshop was designed to break down the basics of grain marketing, including common grain marketing terms and opportunities to practice making grain marketing decisions for hypothetical farming operations.
If you don't have an understanding of some of those basic concepts and fundamentals, it can just feel so overwhelming that you don't even know where to start. So my goal is to help people understand those foundational concepts in grain marketing, increase their confidence, and understand how to make less emotionally driven decisions and more objective decisions. So part of that is understanding your cost of production, creating a grain marketing plan, however basic that may be, and trying to stick to that rather than just trying to guess. Do I think the markets are going up from here or down from here? Because if you try to make decisions that way, no one can guess the markets, and that's not going to be a successful plan.
When starting out in grain marketing, terms like options, puts, and basis can all seem a bit foreign to the uninitiated. However, Brittany tells us once you get your head wrapped around these concepts, they don't seem too intimidating. For those who didn't get the opportunity to catch her workshop, you are in luck. Brittany offers online training courses for those who are interested in becoming more acquainted with grain marketing.
Other ones, people talk about funds or the speculative position in the markets. Basis, even though it's a common term and concept, it still is misunderstood in a lot of cases. Or if you haven't taken a grain marketing course, you might not be comfortable with what basis is and how it's determined. So even though it's more common, it still feels like jargon if you're not familiar with grain marketing. My goal is I offer online courses. So I have Cash Grain Marketing 101 and Grain Marketing 201. And so those are really meant to start at the ground level and build their knowledge from there. So that's how I help people understand and wrap their heads around those concepts, is really a step-by-step approach with some activities, some worksheets along the way so that people feel more comfortable if they're not trying to grab pieces of information from different articles and different resources that way.
And beyond those marketing courses offered online, for those who are new to grain marketing, one recommendation Brittany has is to find an advisor you trust to help you learn the ropes until you're confident enough to make marketing decisions on your own.
There's often things that our operations have been doing for years that maybe we could change up a bit and be more successful at. So I think it's helpful to work with an advisor, especially starting out, because they are there to be a resource. So if you want to learn, they should be there to help teach you, or you can find one that is better at teaching versus just telling you what they recommend and expecting you to understand it. So there's some shopping around that has to happen. I am not a grain marketing advisor or commodity broker. I get asked that a lot, but there are some that I do recommend because I have vetted them and understand kind of their positioning, but you have to find someone that you trust ultimately.
If you'd like to continue your grain marketing education, we mentioned earlier Brittany does offer marketing courses through her Farm Girl Next Door website. You can find a link to those courses along with this story on the Market Journal website.
Logos in Gering is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gering.
Well, let's take a peek at what's happening on your weekend community calendar. The Community Calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the people you know and trust.
You deserve to have a building that will last for generations. With more than 110 years of experience and thousands of satisfied customers, Morton Buildings is the industry leader you can trust. If you're planning for a garage, farm shop, horse barn, storage building for your RV, boat, or collectibles, there's no better time to buy. Contact your local Morton sales office or visit mortonbuildings.com to get started today.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you plan for tomorrow while you enjoy today. Our personalized trust services can help you do just that. You've worked hard to build your legacy, and you want to make sure that gets passed on for generations to come. We offer the professional guidance necessary to ensure that happens, according to your wishes. We pride ourselves in being friendly and professional while offering a highly tailored full line of trust and estate planning services to accommodate you. You belong here.
And finally tonight, the City of Mitchell is looking to follow the City of Scottsbluff in hopes of creating and establishing a creative district with the Nebraska Arts Council. During this month's council meeting, City Administrator Perry Mader said that Mitchell already meets the criteria for existing shops and buildings, and there will also be things in the future regarding the arts, which covers a lot of ground.
I would consider us light years ahead of most communities that apply for it. So that'll be an ongoing thing. There's names that have been submitted that are interested that'll eventually be brought to council so we can make it a little bit more formal.
Mader told the council that in order to get the creative district established, there's a formal process with the Nebraska Arts Council and hopes that the ball can get rolling to receive grant money to establish such a district. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.